The Adventure of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain ลองมา Simplifying this series read by มนตการเดินทอง Chapter 24 The Picnic Hug on the Truck. The first thing Tom did on Friday morning was great piece of news. Just Thatcher's family has come back to town. He saw Becky with crowd of their schoolmates, and his delight was boundless when she told him that her mother had appointed the next day for the long delayed picnic. Invitations were sent out before sunset. Tom had hoped of hearing her marry and astonishing Becky and the picnicker with the treasure the next day, but now signal come by 10 o'clock. The next morning a gay company has created at just Thatcher, and every was ready for start. The children were put ashamed of the few younger teachers of Sunday school. The ferry boat has been hired for the occasion. Soon the joyful crowd carrying baskets of food hurry up the main street. The last thing Mr. Thatcher said to Becky was, "You are not get back till child. Perhaps you'd better stay all night with some of the girls who live near the ferry landing. Then I'll stay with Susie Harper, Mama," says Becky. As Tom and Becky hurries along, Tom says, "I say, I'll tell you what we'll do. Instead of going to Mr. Harper, we'll climb right up the hill and stay at window Duncan. She have rolly cake and she'd be so great to have us." "But what will Mama say?" Becky hysterically. However, the window don't sky here. Tom is persistent temperate Becky and with decide to say nothing to anybody about their news program. Soon it occurred Tom that has might give that signal. It's very nice, but the signal did not come the night before, so why should be anything more likely to come tonight? He determined not to allow himself to think of the box of money another time that day. 3 miles below that town, the ferryboat was tied up at the mouth of the Little Wood Valley. The crowd swam ashore, came way around, and soon the forest echoes far with shouting and rock. Then came the distraction of the good things in their baskets. After the feast, there was refreshing less talk in the shade. Presently somebody chose who ready for the cave. Everybody was bundled of the candles were produced, and the one every began to climb up the hill. The mouth of the cave was high up the hill. Its massive door stood unveiled. Inside was a small sculpture as cool as an ice chest and walled by nature with solid limestone. Candles were lit, and the children made their way down the steep descent of the main path, which was not more than 8 or 10 feet wide. The candle light relieved the ashes roof overhead. Every few steps, other narrower passages branched off on either hand, for the cave contains a very great number of twisting passages. No one knew the end of it. Most of the young men of the village knew a small part of it, and it was not customary to go beyond this. The procession moved along the main avenue for about 3/4 of a mile, and then children began to slip aside into breast passage and pray his and seek, taking each other by surprise, where the passage joined again. Finally, one group after another joined again, come wandering back, rather covered with clay, and candle dripping from his 2 foot, and entering delight with the success of the day. They were astonished to find that The sun has set. The bell has been calling for half an hour. When the ferry boat with merry passengers pushed into the river, nobody cast stop for to watch him. The bus captain Huck was already watching when the ferry boat is live. When getting past, he heard no noise on board, for the children were quiet as people who are TAoTs usually are. The night was growing coolly and dark. 11 o'clock come and in lights were put out. Had waited a very long time, but nothing happened. Why not? Why not give up and to go back? A noise raised his ear. He sprang into the doorway. The next moment 2 men brushed by him, and one seemed to get something under his arm. It must be that box. So they were going to remove the treasure. Choose, he called Tom now. No, that would be silly. The men would get away and never be found again. He must follow. They walked a short distance up a street landing to the river and turned to the left up across this. Then they went straight ahead until they come to the part of less Cardiff Hill. This they took halfway up the hill. They passed the house of the old well man, Mr. Jones, and still climbed up award among the woods. The woods never be able to see him. He hurried on for a time and then slowed down, fearing that he was getting too near them. He stopped and listened. He was about feet from him. Huck heard shot into the mouth, but he swallowed it again. He knew where he was, watching 5 steps off the fence allowed window Douglas Cloud. Now there was a very low voice. Listening Joe called her. Perhaps she has guessed there are lights, although it's late. Yes, there must be guests there. Better give up then. This was a this was the voice of the stranger of the haunted house. Kiss is up just when I am about to leave this country forever. Never, I tell you again, I don't want her money, but her husband was the judge who has me thrown into prison as a vagabond, and that is the villain part of it. He has me hold his life a slave, with all the town looking on. He died and escaped me, but she suffered for it. Oh, don't kill him. Don't do that. Kill. Who says anything about killing? When you want to take revenge on a pretty woman, you don't kill her. No, you go her fur and spoil it with a knife. My God, that keep your opinion to yourself. My friend, you are hear me. If you hesitate, I kill you. Do you understand that? And if I have to kill you and I kill her, and then nobody will know who did the job, well, the quicker we do it, the better. Now, and people there are no, we wait until the lights are out. There no hurry. With infinite care, Huck stepped back little by little until he judged that he was safe. Then he realized the wise. Down, he raced till he reached the wheelman. He banged at the door, and he heard of the old man and his son were thrust from the window. Let me in, Mr. Jones, quick. It's Huckleberry Finn. I'll tell you everything. Let him in, boy, and let's see what the trouble is. Please don't tell anyone that I told you. Were how is the first word when he got it. Please don't be killed. But the window been good afraid to me sometime, and I want to tell. He must have something important to tell us, or he would behave so, said the old man. Speak out, Huck. I promise you that nobody here he will ever tell. Huck hurriedly told them what he had overheard, and a few minutes later, the, the old man and his son waved arms were up the hill and tiptoed toward the fence. Huck hidden behind a great rock, listened anxiously of the Sunday. There was the sound of shots and cries. Huck waited for no details. He dashed down the hill as fast as his back could carry him.